empire builders from Bali. So today I'm going to go behind the scenes, show you exactly how I run my 2 six-figure businesses from across the world, just spending a few hours a day by leveraging different tools and everything like that. So I'm going to show you behind the life of a digital nomad. But first, I got to drink my coffee. All right, so typically in the morning, I'll go out, find a place to have coffee, and then get back and put in an hour or 2 hours of work. So let's first talk about the tools that you're gonna need. Obviously, e-commerce, you're gonna need a good laptop. So I go with the, what is this? The Windows Surface Book 2. I'm sure a MacBook or whatever it may be will be good, but that's the #1 investment that I think is the most important, is a good laptop, because this is your office, right? This is everything you do is gonna be on this thing and your phone. So also have a good phone, but laptop, essential. Next thing you're gonna want is obviously a world clock. So before I talk about world clock, the reason you're gonna need different time zones is because the key to any successful digital nomad's life, ask anyone out there who's traveling and trying to work at the same time, you need a team, right? You need VAs, people that are back home or whatever it may be that can operate for you, right? Because if you're trying to still be a one-man show and, you know, kind of leave and go everywhere and kind of experience stuff, you won't be able to do that as a one-man show, because you're just gonna have so much work. Because when I was doing it just by myself, I was still putting in 10, 16-hour days with just the Amazon business, never mind the Everyman's Empire course business, right? So you're gonna need a really good team. So where do you find a good team? You can go to Upwork, you can go to onlinejobs.ph. I did a whole video on it. I'll put it right up here. Oh, Maid's here. Morning. So that's another great example of a good team. That's Katut. She helps clean and she cooks breakfast. So you want to be as hands-off as possible. So finding great workers is key. So typically what I'm doing in the morning is just catching up. So I'll get into the group chat like WhatsApp or Google Hangouts or Messenger, Facebook Messenger, whatever you prefer. Get everyone into one chat so you have, you can easily delegate to the team and see what's going on in different departments. And I'm just gonna catch up and see what was going on since the night before, since the day before, the last emails I checked. So if there's any customer support, if there's any main big problems, then I'm gonna catch up with that in the morning. So I don't do any really heavy lifting or super intensive stuff in the morning. It's just catching up, looking over emails, looking over messages, and keep making sure I'm up to date. So just got off the phone with Nick. So that part is done, the catching up and the kind of delegating to what the tasks are. So after that, this next part of my day is just a minute or two where I go over my to-do list. So I'll go over what I need to do and I'll plan it. So first it's catching up, then it's planning for the day to come. That's why I like the Surface, because it comes out, it's a tablet, and I can just like write my to-do list on here. So catching up, then it's to do. And once that's all done, that's about an hour and a half of my morning, and then I'm off to adventure. All right, we just got to the beginning of the Getty Statue Park.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, that is a smaller version of where we're going, which is that. So I think it's like an hour walk, but it's gonna be a good one. Who's ready for this? You guys ready? I think they're tired already. Well, let's get going. Got sidetracked by a nice little cultural dance. Stopped at a Starbucks. Look at this thing I'm lugging around. This thing's like 15 pounds, lugging it around for these videos. But that's a cool little dance. The monkey helped the the poor little dog, and then the poor little dog turned out to be a dragon or something. That's my interpretation of it. So that's my lesson of the day. Always help those in need, because you never know when they could return that favor. Thank you. Something about the power of magical disease, healing magical diseases. All I know is it's pretty cool. It's about as big as, I don't know, what's that, three-story building?
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably like the last biggest statue.
Which one?
The Paris one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a freaking big statue. All right, just got a picture in that cool little swing. We were about to walk to the statue, but it turns out it's the end of the road here. Whoop. We thought this would take us all the way there, but I think we got to get on the shuttle. So we're gonna go back down, and we're gonna try this again.
Up to the inside the bus, yeah.
All right, after a lot of mistakes, we finally made it. I can't even get it in the frame, but that is big. It's bigger than the pyramids, and there's a dude up there. But we're here, and I figured out the story. So pretty much, the guy on top, let's see if I can get this for you guys. The guy sitting on top is a god, and the eagle is a half god. There we go. Is a half god, is a half human, half eagle. And the god rides him, and the eagle is supposed to symbolize freedom. So to tie this back into FBA, because that's what I do, think about it like this. The eagle represents Amazon FBA, which is freedom. That dude is you, and you ride your freedom bird into the sun. All right, we just got home. It was a bit of a long day. Traffic was insane, but we got some street food, which is awesome. Then we all went and got a massage, which is great as well. So kind of time to get home, wind down, relax. But what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be answering some emails. I'm gonna be kind of catching up on what I missed throughout the day, and then setting forth any plans that I need to kind of delegate with the team. As well as talking to the video editor, Claudio, who is in a different time zone. So this is kind of the best time for me to talk to him. And once that's all done and set, then I'm ready to go to bed. So that's about 2 hours, a bit longer, because there's more catching up throughout this time of the day, as well as a little more planning that goes out. So this is about 2-3 hours. So if you combine it with what I do in the morning, about an hour and a half to now 2-3 hours, I'm looking at about 3.5 to 4.5 hours every single day while I'm traveling, to kind of keep my businesses going, moving forward, and not just keep them afloat, but also keep them moving forward and keep them growing. So that's about all I put in. Again, if you want a list of my tools, I can put them in the description. I use Trello. I'm using Upwork right now, WhatsApp, Messenger, Google Hangouts. And yeah, if I missed anything, I'll put them in the description. But right now, I'm gonna take some time to do some Q&A, because hey, why not? I got some time. So let's do some Q&A. So, question from Jody on YouTube. Do you change your logo business name for every product? And how do you come up with pretty packaging? Is that up to you and your manufacturer? So I do not change my logo business name for every product. The idea is to build a brand. So you wanna keep that all under one logo, under one, under one name, right? Because you're not gonna be, just because you're like, if you think about, I don't know, what's a random brand? Microsoft. They don't change their name for every product, they might have different product names, but they're still Microsoft, they sell the same logo, right? As for pretty packaging, that's up to you and your designer. You have to find a designer. You can use manufacturer designs. They have their own designs for their products, but it's gonna look very cheap and it's probably not gonna be what you want. So if you want to make pretty packaging, find a designer. You could probably find one on Fiverr or Upwork as well. So that's kind of up to you, and you send those designs to the manufacturer. Next, when you get supplies from Alibaba, do the products have an English description on them? Yes, so again, that comes down to packaging. So when you're sending the packaging to the suppliers, you put all the description and the warnings and all that yourself, or you have your designer do that. The manufacturer will send you all the ingredients and everything like that, and you just make sure it's written well, make sure the description is written well, good English, and have your designer put that on the label for you. Zach Fair, if I really put my head down and grind at the start, how long would it take before I start making money if all goes well? Okay, so if all goes well, probably depending on what your starting point is. So if your starting point is, if you're talking about the second you order your products, you're probably looking at about 3 months. If it takes you a month to get your products manufactured, typically it's about 3 months, 3 to 4 months before you actually get money in. And then if you're talking about profiting, probably 5 months when you're really starting to cash flow really well. If all goes well, as the question added there. What version of Product Discovery do you recommend? So Product Discovery, I really do recommend the Pro version, not because it's the most expensive, but because it is really worth it to get the keyword research tool, because knowing your product's keyword is super important, and the keyword research tool is really good. So it's worth it to get that as opposed to just having, you know, like intermediate and like merchant words or something like that. I like to keep it all contained into one platform. So Pro is the way to go if you're going to be taking this seriously and you're going to want to jump into this full force. So is there anything else? Personally, Nelly asks, or not really, this is not really a question, it's more of a statement. Personally, I think we don't need a coach. There's everything in Amazon University. So that is a little, I would have to disagree with that. Amazon University is good, but there's not everything there. And the main thing about a coach, the main thing about a mentor, this was on one of the videos where I was talking about the course. The main thing about having a course is getting that one-on-one, that personalized, and that, you know, that kind of in the moment help. Because Amazon University is good, they go through a lot of the stuff, but it doesn't really cover the in-deep, the kind of when you're in the grind kind of problems that will come up. And having a coach will help you with that. Someone that's been through it, someone that can, you know, just message you really quickly when a problem arises, when you have some kind of, I don't know, something wrong with your account, or Amazon takes down your listing for whatever reason, or whatever kind of little problems come up along the way. Having a mentor or coach to be there to, you know, you can reach out to, that's kind of a big one. I think that was the last question I got. So if you have any more questions, you can reach me on Instagram, jt.franco. You can just put them in the YouTube comments. Those were all from YouTube. Actually, some of those were for Instagram. Or you can reach me on Messenger. So that's about it, guys. That's about my day. That's my typical day. It's just gonna be the morning. I'm doing some stuff, some work, and then I'll go out and kind of, you know, explore, adventure, and then come home and do a little bit more work on the laptop here. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, if you have any, I don't know, whatever, ask them in the comments section below. But that's it. I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope you're enjoying me taking you around with me on these trips, starting with Bali. Next stop is Singapore, so it's gonna be a hell of a ride, so make sure you subscribe to see more. I'm JT Franco, and I'll see you guys later.